So what is Tornado Cash? What happened recently and why should we care? So if you're not familiar, Tornado Cash is a cryptocurrency mixer. And what does this mean? So basically you can send Bitcoin, Ether into a address, basically get a receipt, and you have the ability to withdraw those funds. But the interesting part is that when you send your funds in, it goes into a pool where lots of other people get to send their funds into it. And then if you kind of let this cool down for a certain amount of time, then you go and withdraw your funds from the other side. It's very, very difficult to track where the flow of funds came from, where it went to. So while everything that happens on the Bitcoin blockchain is public and you can kind of trace it back to certain wallet addresses, Tornado Cash puts a break in that chain. So what people can do is send funds into the mixer and then send funds out. And once the funds are out on the other side, effectively they're clean and untraceable. So from a technology perspective, I think this is actually pretty interesting. And the first thought is, wow, this is an incredible tool for money laundering. And yes, it is, and it has been used as that. The other side of it though is, if we're moving to a world where everything happens on chain and everything is public or displayed, what does that mean for your purchases? What does it look like in potentially the implications of moving to a surveillance state? What does it look like if you want to support a political party that isn't in power? What does it look like if you want to make purchases that you don't want the rest of the world to know? Should you, as an individual, have privacy over how you spend your money, how you invest your money or not? And it's an interesting situation. Whereas on the other side of it, from a regulatory perspective, there are rules. There's anti-money laundering. There's attempts that are from good intent to prevent people from funding terrorist groups, to prevent cyber criminals from being able to wash and launder their money. So I can understand both sides of the situation, but recently the Treasury Department came out and basically put both the wallet addresses that received funds from Tornado Cash as well as the Tornado Cash contract itself on the OFAC list. So what does that mean? If you want to get access to the banking system, you want to invest, there's a process where banks, brokerage firms conduct KYC, AML, and then check if that person is on the OFAC list. So now, if you were using Tornado Cash for good reasons, or you just wanted to buy something online and you maybe didn't want your wife to know or didn't want somebody to know, or you just fundamentally value personal privacy, your access to the banking systems is in jeopardy. So I can understand where the tech is coming from, but again, it was used by terrorists in the Lazarus Group in North Korea for cyber criminals to basically launder money and then get it clean on the other side. And I can understand where the regulators are coming from to try to address this issue. Unfortunately, the approach that was taken was not thoughtful on either side. And I think this is just one of many situations where we need technologists and regulators to work more closely with each other so that we don't write rules that prevent innovation, or we write rules that foster innovation. And on the flip side, we don't write code that is used specifically to conduct illegal or potentially dangerous activity. So I'm not sure where this goes, but I think in the future of AI, future of cryptocurrencies, we've got some interesting topics, interesting debates ahead of us. And if there's collaboration between the two sides, I think we can actually get through it. If not, it's going to yield ridiculous and unthoughtful regulation as well as crypto anarchy.